Alright, we're here at Tigard Skate Park. That wall over there has quarter pipes that end up on a steep, almost vertical wall. Show you what it looks like. Basically drop in here. This is just a really good design to learn how to air out. It gives you the safety of learning how to air out without casing. As you can see, you come up here, it's about a 7-foot quarter, which is fairly intimidating to somebody that's just learning. And once you do start to air out, you run the fear, worry of casing, because everybody tells you it's the worst thing that can happen, and yeah, it probably is, but as far as this goes. So that's why this design is amazing. You can actually come up this quarter off the coping, but you can land on this wall, and this coping stops right here, and it drops back about 6-8 inches. So you can air out, land on this nice steep wall, get the feel of flowing back in without worrying about hanging up. Amazing design to learn how to do this. And the cool thing about this park, and there's quite a few other too, but is you have a quarter on this side and a quarter on that side. So if you air to the left, you can come up this side, air out, and then come in on this wall. Whereas if you're somebody that airs to the left, you can come in on this side, air out, land without fear of hitting that coping. The thing that gets a little sketchy is once you start getting really big, that would be huge, there is a chance of getting close to the top of the wall. But the best part about that is that wall at the top is probably a good 2 feet back, coping to the top of that wall. So even if you aired really high, unless you drifted back over 2 feet, which is a huge amount to drift that direction, you're not going to hit the top of that wall. So that's another reason this design is so smart. You can literally air out of this quarter pipe a couple feet without any risk of it ending badly. The other cool thing is it continues in. That side's real short. You do have a quarter. It's only about 12 feet wide. So as you get used to this, start pulling it back into here, you can start airing out and coming back in without, you still feel the same, but now you can start learning how to air in where the coping is. That side's even better. It's about 20 feet long. So you learn how to air out of the coping, land on the wall, air out of the coping, land on the wall. Just keep practicing until you're super comfortable with the height, with hitting that coping. And then you just start pushing it back that way until you're airing out over the coping and landing where there's still coping. So it's a great design. There's definitely some skate parks that have this besides just this one. It is a somewhat consistent design, at least in the newer ones. So now I'll take a lap going both directions just to sort of show you what it looks like to land on that wall, and hopefully it'll give you that sense of security of what it feels like, because you don't have to worry about the coping anymore on the landing. So you can come off of it correctly, off the coping onto the wall. This is a regular wall, just turn it around, off the coping onto the wall. So you can see how you get a lot more comfortable with that. You happen to drift back a little bit, you're still safe. You get used to the height of the wall. I'm only going about a foot or two above the coping, but you can see how safe that seems. You're just landing on a really steep wall and riding away. So if you're trying to learn how to air out, if you can find a skate park with that setup, you will learn to get comfortable with it a whole lot quicker. So hope that gives you guys some tips. This is in Tigard, Oregon. I know Newburgh also has one. Pier Park sorta has one, but it's a sketchy bowl. Damascus has one that's actually really good, but the rest of the park kind of sucks. So look around your neighborhood, wherever you are. Look for that wall if you're trying to learn how to air out. It'll help you a lot.